welcome back to Cambodia. It's your girl Tammy. Phnom Penh, Cambodia, live. Just thought we'd be doing a live stream sitting out on the balcony for a change. We just got a torrential downpour maybe about 15 minutes ago. I was wanting to shoot the live stream then, but I didn't think you guys would actually be able to hear me. You're probably still going to hear water dripping on the tin roofs out here. Can't help that. The whole streets are flooded. When we get some more people on the live stream, I'll go ahead and I'll show you. I'll show you exactly what's going on and how these streets get super flooded when we get buckets of rain. But the main thing is, let me just get my stuff set up. I got some news, baby. Did a little research online. I wanted to look up some positive things happening in Cambodia. You know what I mean? People get tired of hearing all the negative shit. I know I do personally. I don't want to hear none of the negative crap going on. And I was like, what's good going on out here in Cambodia? You know? So I got on their main media site, which is called Khmer News. Okay, so if you're not familiar with it, it's KHMER. It's called Khmer News. And what's happening is it gives you all of the local news, not only in Phnom Penh but around Cambodia. Everything from tech to finance to agriculture. The whole 99 like you get back in the United States. So I jumped on there today and I was like, what's good? What's going on out here? So something super caught my eye, and I was like, are you serious? But if you came in on the thumbnail title, you know what I'm about to talk about. So, but as you guys come in, don't be shy. Say hello, drop a hi. Tell me where you're tuning in from. I'd be very, very interested to know. Let me know the state if you're in the United States. City if you want to drop that, and also the country, or even after the live stream. That would be nice if you happen to catch this on replay. But so your boy Elon Musk has Cambodia on his radar. What? I was like, are you serious? I was like, what's he trying to do, right? Well, Starlink, of course, is connected to Elon. He's trying to get Starlink to be a thing out here, okay? Especially pushing it out to the rural communities because, let's face it, I think there's only one cable or internet company out here. There might be a handful that actually supply Wi-Fi service, at least in the cities, like Phnom Penh and Siem Reap. But the people that are out there in the rice fields, the agriculture lands, like the cables don't run out there. Like they're not that advanced like we are in the United States. So those people are way they're behind, you know what I mean? Like they're behind, they probably don't have access to Wi-Fi. They can't just buy a computer and hop on a computer. And possibly a lot of their schools out in the rural areas don't have it either. So his idea is to bring Starlink to Cambodia so that it can better serve the community and the people out here. Now, of course, there's always an ulterior motive, right? I mean, the guy's gonna make some money out here. But I mean, that is a good thing. But, from what I understand, Elon's been trying to do this for 2 years now. This isn't new. Like, he's actually been trying to do this for the last 2 years. He came to the kingdom here in 2023, according to the Khmer News. And now I am paraphrasing, okay, guys? I'm totally paraphrasing everything I read. So this is not their words, these are mine. But he approached Cambodia 2 years ago about the idea of having Starlink in their country. And at the time, they're like, okay, well, that's cool. You're a big American player, big company. We'd like to have your business here, but we're going to take our time and make sure this is the right move for our people in this country. Well, lo and behold, it's been 2 years. They still taking the time, okay? They're still taking the time. And so I asked, I says, well, when is it going to be a thing out here? Like, when is Starlink going to be implemented in Cambodia? Which is good for digital nomads too now. It's not just the people out in the boondocks, but think about it. If you're a digital nomad and maybe you don't want the big city of Phnom Penh, or maybe you don't even want Siem Reap. Maybe you want to go to some of the really, really rural areas of Cambodia. You want to be super, super out there, right? Well, there's no Wi-Fi, right? So you would be interested in having Starlink, unless you've already bought it back in the States and you're bringing it in, but you might want to just live out here and have it permanently. That's a big deal, So according to the news, they're saying, well, here's what Elon's hoping. Elon's hoping to have it in Cambodia by the end of 2025. Okay, now this is already October. Well, as you know, it's October 1st now. If you're in the States, it's probably the 31st, but I am 12 hours ahead of you, so don't forget that. But definitely, it's a thing, man. Like, he's trying to get it implemented in the next 3 months. He's trying to make it a thing out here in 3 months. Well, guess what? The Khmer News says that the Prime Minister is not in any hurry still. And the thing that's holding Elon back from actually making it go live is that he needs the license to do it. So he needs licensing, and he needs to be regulated. So the department that handles the licensing and regulation in Cambodia is still talking. They're still having meetings, and they're going back and forth, and they're not giving the public any kind of timeline, okay? They're not saying exactly when they're going to give Elon the green light to put Starlink in Cambodia. So who knows, right? This could be another 2 years on the books. So, that led me down the rabbit hole. I was like, what other American companies are a big player already here in Phnom Penh? I was interested. Now, I have seen 2 of the 3 companies. I searched the top 3 American companies that are already out here. And number 1 is Coca-Cola. Can you believe it? Coca-Cola is everywhere. Number 2 is Ford Motor Company. I have seen a lot of Ford dealerships out here, and they are selling Ford pickup trucks and cars. I mean, Ford is a player in Cambodia. And the third one sort of shocked me. I didn't really know they were a player out here, but lo and behold, FedEx for logistics. So FedEx is already established, to help businesses move international goods over through Cambodia borders, right? So when you think about that, I was like, okay, so we got Coca-Cola, we got Ford Motor Company, and we got FedEx. They're already players here in Cambodia. So Starlink is getting ready to jump aboard. Ooh, you can hear the traffic now. Everybody trying to get through these streets. I can't wait to show you guys that. We'll get to that in just a moment. Yeah, you're going to hear kids and water and everything out here. Hold on. Got the neighbor getting ready to vroom vroom out the door. These kids love it when it rains. See, we don't have pools really in Cambodia, so when it rains and the streets flood, that's the kids' pools, okay? They're out here with the pools, and they are really enjoying the rain. Of course, it's clear now. I mean, I'm sort of sitting in a pocket. Yesterday it rained all day. It was something crazy, something crazy. Matt says, howdy. Howdy. Thank you. Where are you from, Matt? I don't recognize, is that Florida flag? I don't know, I can't tell my glasses, man. I see the American flag and the Cambodian flag, but let me know what that first one is. But yeah, welcome. Thank you for dropping a hello. So yeah, that's the dealio, man. So you got Coca-Cola, Ford Motor Company, you got FedEx. Now, that's just American companies. Now, I don't know about all the Chinese companies or the Japanese companies. Oh, it's England, okay. Sorry. I like bloody old England. It's such a bloody mess, too. Oh my goodness, I couldn't do a British accent to save my life. Bond, and James Bond. Where was I? You got me sidetracked with that. Shit. But yeah, you got the players here that are from other countries as well, like China, Japan, South Korea, just, you know, other nations around here, Vietnam, etc. Now, another thing I read with the Khmer News, you know how I get, okay, let me just backtrack. I'm hoping you can hear me through all this, but let me just backtrack. The good news is, even though we had the Thai-Cambodia border dispute, which has been resolved and the treaty is holding, so if you were wondering about traveling in, don't worry, everything's cool. But the gross domestic product right now in Cambodia, as of 2024, was 5.3%. That was according to the Khmer News. They're projected to grow by the end of this year to 5.5%. Now, it doesn't seem like a whole lot, but considering the dispute and how, you know, goods were stuck at the border trying to come in, things are still growing and progressing in this country. Guys, you gotta see this. Okay, hold on. Time out with my mouth. You have got to see this. Let me flip the camera. See how the streets flooded out afterwards? What's this guy doing? He's doing something with his motorbike. But yeah, you're hearing see the rain coming down? It's hitting the tin roof. The streets are completely flooded out, man. But they'll dry out soon. Anyway, I thought I'd give you that little thing going on back in the background so you guys know what the noise and all of that's going on. And how the streets are flooded. Okay. But the gross domestic product is projected to increase, not by much, but it is going up by the end of 2025. And the other thing is, they get their main income right now is not tech. Their main income, of course, is tourist money, and international investments. And that means not just from America, but from China. China's a big player out here, and there's a lot of international money that's flowing through Cambodia. Some good, some bad, who knows, you know. But anyway, it is supporting their economy right now. So number one, though, that struck me was tourism. So what does that tell you? You know, like I said, people are all freaked out. They're messaging me, what about the Thai-Cambodian border? Is it safe? Are there tourists there? Like, can we go? And I'm like, hell yeah, you can go. I mean, I'm still here. Nobody's given me the word to get out of here. You know, if the U.S. Embassy told me to split, I'd be gone a long time ago. But, nice try, sort of. I just saw your message, Matt. Yeah, you know, anyway, you give it a shot. But yeah, that's the dealio, man. Like, they've got their investments from tourism, and like, if you caught my live stream 2 days ago on Monday. I was on Riverfront at Ground Zero, which is where all the main tourist hub is, okay? That's where all the hustlers are at, hustling the tourists for the money. As you can see, I was getting hustled. They don't know that I live here, right? But they're gonna hustle me anyway because I don't look Khmer. So, yeah, that's Ground Zero. And there were mucho foreigners walking along the riverfront. I just showed you a handful that happened to be around me at the Riverfront Bistro restaurant. So I'm just saying, they're not hurting out here, okay? Like, things are happening out here. And now, Starlink coming in to Cambodia is pretty cool. Because I'm going to be honest, even though I've got free Wi-Fi out here, I don't know if it's going to go out anytime. Like, my landlady's Wi-Fi is not that great, okay? That's why she's giving it to me free, because it's not that great. Another reason I like to do my live streams during the day, because she's gone to work and not using her Wi-Fi, and neither her kids. When they get back home and they jump on the bandwidth and I try to share it with them, it's terrible, especially around 8:30 at night. She even told me her kids actually jump on and do their homework online about 8:30. So I always know I have to switch to my personal hotspot, and this kids love the water, and actually use my own, 4G data for about an hour or so, and then they start going to bed, and then I can flip it back to her Wi-Fi. It's the craziest thing, but it works. We sort of got a symbiotic relationship with the Wi-Fi out here. Believe me, I'd love to do. I was thinking of doing some live streams at night, so you guys can get an idea of like how quiet this place is at night, and I might still do that. So if you're interested, if you're on here, either now during the live stream, let me know if you'd be interested in a nighttime live stream. Give me a thumbs up. Or also, if you watch this afterwards on replay, drop it in the comments and let me know if you'd be interested in me doing a nighttime live stream. Could be interesting, right? Could be fun. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't have one of those ring lights. I actually had a ring light not too long ago, but it was, I bought it here. It was made in China, and it didn't last no more than 3 months. So I had to say, I did not drop it. I don't know what the hell happened. I went to turn it on one day, and the lights don't work. So either the bulb went out in it or whatever the hell happened, but it's over. It's like, oh well, whatever. So I'll just film during the day when I have natural sunlight on me. But yeah, I wanted to bring that information to you about Elon Musk, because I thought that was really cool, because I would actually be interested in buying. If I stay here long term, let's say we make this my home permanently. I mean, right now it is a permanent home, okay? This is my permanent home. If you don't know me, I'm from the United States, from Florida. I moved here 9 months ago. This is my permanent home as of now, okay? But as they say, life progresses. People change their minds. Situations dictate where you live, and how you move. I mean, I'm comfortable now, but I don't know where I'll be, say, even 2 years from now. I may decide to hop out to another country. But if I decide to make this my home base, which is pretty much a good idea, because the visas are so easy to get here, and they make it so easy to stay, that this is an excellent home base in Southeast Asia, and then you can or anywhere in the world, and then you can just bounce around, right? So if I do decide to do that and I keep this apartment long term, then I may want to invest in that Starlink. I don't know how much they would charge per month. I don't know. Another thing I read on the black market, they are selling Starlink out here on the black market, but they're charging $200 a month to have the service, which is a total ripoff. You know, I'm not paying no $200 a month to get Starlink out here. But that is a thing out here. That's happening. Of course, you can get anything on the black market out here. But it is something crazy, man. It's something crazy. There's people just walking in the water out here. Girl's riding her bicycle in the water. It's cool. Maybe we can catch some of the scenes here. Hold on. Oh well, I was hoping to get somebody walking through the water. Oh, here we go. Here comes a guy with his motorbike. Sorry, you saw my dirty laundry hanging up. I had to hang my laundry in the house. Matt says they are colonizing Southeast Asia. I mean, yeah, well, it's a good thing for the people out here too. As much as I love to say I'd rather have no technology, I'd rather it be simple, you know, and not complicated like it is in the Western world. But then again, I don't want these people to be so left behind that they don't have what everybody else has. I mean, everybody's got a cell phone out here, okay? That's a thing. So, you know, it's not so primitive like where people don't have cell phones. The problem is they don't have reliable Wi-Fi out here. And that would help them with, you know, their data systems, with schools. It would really help advance the people. So it's sort of a catch-22, but you know, capitalism comes in and it's like, they said, yeah, it'll level the playing field. It'll give people more options to buy either this or that. You know, the prices will go down because there won't just be one conglomerate that owns everything. So then there will be competition and the prices will be going lower. And I'm thinking, yeah, we've seen this in America. Where I'm from Orlando, Florida. Well, actually, when I moved out to the rural area, I went from Orlando to Winter Haven, which is about an hour's drive west of the city. Pretty remote compared to Orlando, sort of out in the boondocks, right? There was only one cable company that ran that entire area where I lived. One cable company called Time Warner Cable, if you're familiar with them. Then they switched to, what were they called now? I don't know. They used to be Time Warner, then Comcast or something like that. I don't know. It was either you had a choice to use them or you had to use satellite, okay? Like the satellite dishes, which sucked. I tried them both. So I was stuck. And if I wanted my internet and my, you know, Wi-Fi and cable and all that, I'd pay $120 a month because I had no choice. And then that's what makes me wonder, like Starlink starts moving out here, everybody's going to want it. Is there going to be other competition against it, or is he going to own the whole kit and caboodle and charge whatever the hell he wants to charge, right? I don't know. Let me catch your messages. Hey, she laughs a lot. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah. So you're in Singapore and flying to Cambodia tomorrow. No kidding. Oh my goodness. What part? Are you coming in here? Are you coming into Phnom Penh? What's tomorrow? Thursday? How long are you going to be staying if you are coming to Cambodia? I mean, if you would like to meet up for some coffee, I'll say hi. And no, I will not put you on the spot and make you do an interview. No, it's just a friendly hello, welcome to Cambodia. If you want to talk or something like that, we can hang out and catch a meal or something together. I don't care. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I have never been to Singapore. I flew in through Hong Kong, actually. So that was my thing. When I flew back from the United States, I was in Hong Kong just overnight. And I didn't even get to see Hong Kong because I flew in at nighttime. And I spent the night at the airport. I booked a hotel room in the Hong Kong airport, which actually was it was a good deal. I couldn't pass it up. And, you know, I was flying out early in the morning. So I was like, I need sleep. So I just took a room there. And man, that's a really nice airport in Hong Kong. Just walking around the airport, I was like really impressed. So I can imagine what Singapore is like. I can just imagine. Maybe one day, right? Maybe one day. You're going to Siem Reap first, and then you'll get settled and come hang out after. Okay. You promise? Aw, that's so sweet. Thank you. I'd love to meet you. I'd like to meet my subscribers and people that join me on my live streams, you know, just to say hello in person and welcome you to Cambodia. So that's cool. That's cool. You used to live in Singapore? No way. So back for a couple of days, seeing all the changes since I left. Okay. Okay. Isn't it super expensive living in Cambodia? I mean, I don't know how much money you got, girlfriend, but I sure as hell can't afford to live there. That's why I'm out here, man. But I love it out here. I do. I'm comfortable out here. This is nice. This is nice. Kids screaming and all. I'm surprised that they're even here. Their butts should be in school. They look like they're school age. I don't know what's going on with that action. It just is what it is. But yeah, like I said earlier, I was going to do the live stream, but it was just pouring so hard. You wouldn't even be able to hear my voice with the rain hitting on the tin roofs around here. You wouldn't even be able to hear me. It was just coming down. And I'd be sitting out here getting soaked. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The kids. I'm just mimicking the kids. So yeah, so that's the latest, greatest news coming out of Phnom Penh, Cambodia, is Starlink. So we'll see if Elon actually makes it work. We'll see if he makes it work. I'm curious. I really want to follow this news story. What she's saying, Singapore is expensive, but still cheaper than the US if you stay away from the tourist stuff. No kidding. Yeah, I mean, it's just like here. You can really blow your money out here. You wouldn't think so in Phnom Penh, but you can really blow your money out here if you shop at, you know, high-end stores, Western stores. If you go to, you know, high-end restaurants, you can definitely blow your money out here. It's easy. But on the flip coin of that, you can definitely save your money. That's what I like. Like, there actually is a middle class in Phnom Penh, you know what I mean? So you got the whole spectrum, the whole financial spectrum. You can go from $2 a meal all the way up to $100 a meal, and you can get it all in between. Now, last I heard from my kids back in the States, there is no in between anymore. It's either you got it or you don't got it. And if you don't got it, you don't eat. You know what I mean? That's what's happening out there right now, from what I understand. Formula One Races in Singapore. In Singapore this weekend? Oh wow, it's crazy with tourists right now. Oh, yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Now I can't compare Formula One racing to what do you call it, the New Year? You know when they go out with the water guns out here? They did that a few months back. I think it's their New Year thing, celebration where they do the water pistols and everybody goes down to the river and everybody just shoots everybody with water. I think that's a thing out here in Southeast Asia. They do it in Thailand as well. Um, I was not hanging around for that. I'll tell you what, this girl was not getting wet or shot in the eyeball, okay? I wear contacts, okay? So, no, I bypassed that, but I did see a lot of that on like YouTube. Some people were down there filming it. I was like, that looks totally insane. Like the streets were just super packed. Everybody was soaking wet. I mean, on a hot day, that's nice, but in the middle of the night, I wouldn't want to get all soaking wet. Just be walking around in wet clothes all night long. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if I was 30 years younger, I might get into that stuff, but not anymore, guys. I value my dry clothes, okay? I can't be getting sick. I value my dry clothes. But yes, Singapore. Oh my goodness. I'll get to Singapore sooner or later. Who just hopped in? Says, good to see you. Broadcasting again. Did you have a chance to see the new Teco airport? Oh, it's Iggy. Hey, Iggy. I just saw your handle. Not personally. It's actually about a 45-minute tuk-tuk ride for me one way. So, I haven't gone there personally. Besides, it's going to make me want to grab my bag and go somewhere. And I don't want to do that. Not right now. I got to save up my coins, you know what I mean? But, I have seen other people's videos that have been down there. I've talked to one of my YouTubers that I interviewed. She's been down there live on the scene, and she told me it's pretty cool. If I have a reason to be down in that area, then I'll swing in. But right now I don't have any reason to go waste. It's south of me. It's like super south by 45-minute drive. So if I have a reason to be down there, then I might just pop in and check it out. But if I have no reason, why waste the money and the time is the way I look at it. But yeah, thank you for being on the live stream. I'm glad you caught it. I know you said you were upset not catching the last one when I was along the riverbank, but that's cool. Yeah, this one's more of a tight community kind of live stream, you know what I mean? And the other ones that I do that are out and about, that's sort of just streams everybody. So I apologize for all my OGs that actually watch me on this live stream. If you catch me on the other ones where I'm out and about and there's like 10,000 messages scrolling through and you're one of them and I don't see it, I just apologize ahead of time because it's hard to keep up with all the messages that keep like streaming in. And not to mention there's a lot of trolls, you know what I mean? So I just sort of like flip through whatever I see that's a legit message. But if one of them is you and I miss you, I'm not doing it on purpose. I swear to God, I loves ya. I loves ya. I loves ya. So don't think I'm trying to ignore you, all right? It's just the nature of the beast when you're live streaming, unfortunately. Nature of the beast. Okay, let me see. No worries. We love to see you, Tammy. Ah, thanks, Iggy. Hey, since you and She Laughs a Lot just came in, I just had a giant rainstorm out here, and my streets are flooded. Do you want to see some flooded streets? The sun's out now, which is so crazy, but yeah, hold on a second. I'll give you an idea. The kids are playing in the streets and everything. They're having a good time. See that? That is water. That is part of the road. Here, maybe you'll see somebody drive through. There you go. Yeah, that's how flooded it gets when it rains out here. You literally need a raft. And here's the water coming off the tin roof. Oh, it's starting to slow down. There you go. See the kid out there playing. Yeah, the sun's out now. Sun's out now, and it's gonna make all the water go away. I see some messages, honestly. Oh my. Yeah, yeah. It is, it does that all the time. Like, they have a drainage system out here, but it drains extremely slow. You know, slow. Yeah, you're welcome. I thought I'd show you that. It's an everyday thing out here. I mean, that's just the way the sewage system works out here. They've got teeny little drains. I think they're like yay big, and they're just scattered along the sidewalks out here. So if any trash blocks it, you know, it's going to take a long time for the water to drain down. The sun soaks it up. But I like the sound of the rain trickling down on the rooftops. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. It's a different world out here, guys. Different world. Those small things you showed us makes it interesting. What small things? What did I show you? What are you talking about? The street? Or the, you got the buildings behind me. These are all the tenements. You see all that behind me. And of course, that's my mango tree. See? And then that's more tenements right there. But yeah, catch this, guys. At first it wasn't sunny, and I had to wash my bed sheets, right? And you know, we have no dryers out here, so I had to hang my sheets inside the apartment. There it is. They're about to dry. But now the sun's popping out. It's like, well, damn, now I gotta move the wire outside. I was gonna do the cover on top of that too, but I don't know, we'll see. If the sun stays out, I might have a shot at it. The everyday life in Cambodia. Yeah. Oh, the small things about the everyday life in Cambodia. Okay, I got you, Iggy. Takes me a little minute, but I get you. Yeah, I think you need to see this because, you know, I mean, other YouTubers, they do cool videos about Cambodia, and they show you walking down like the main hub, and they show you restaurants. I mean, I do that too, but it's like, how many of them actually show you where they're living? You know, not just they're inside of their apartment, but actually show you the area. Like right this behind me, like this is my neighborhood. This is where I live. This is the hood. This be the hood of Cambodia. That's where I come in. I just want to keep it real with you. You know what I mean? I want you guys to see in real time what life is like out here. Like this, right now, this is what? Wednesday afternoon, my time, Wednesday afternoon. Most people are, oh, now it's quiet. You hear that? Do you hear any kids? People? All you hear is the rain behind me. They're taking their kid, what time is it? It's 1:30. They're taking their kids back to school. You tell me those kids are out there just swimming in this nasty street water. I call it nasty because, you know, all this stuff's just getting rinsed out. Grease, trash. There's trash floating down the street. Kids don't care, you know what I mean? They're just out there getting wet and everything and having a good time. So I guess they were off of school. They get 2-hour breaks on lunch so that the parents sometimes just pick them up, bring them home for lunch and let them do whatever and play. And then they get them all dressed back up and they take them back to school because they have to wear school uniforms. So I imagine these kids that were out here playing had to hurry up and go change their clothes and then jump back on a motorbike and go back to school. But what a good way to get refreshed. Go have some fun, have the middle of the school day, and they're like, back to class, damn it. Yeah, that's just, it's really cool. It's cool. It's a whole nother world out here. Yeah, and this lady that lives across from me, she had her restaurant open maybe a month ago before the Ancestors Day holiday. She had a few customers and she was running it pretty good. It looked like she had more people come through at night. But lately, she's been gone a lot, and I haven't seen her selling anything, so I guess the business went like that. I don't know. I don't know. You know, some businesses make it and some don't. And I guess she just wasn't having enough money coming in, so she stopped selling food. Too bad, man. She set it up nice. She got herself tables and chairs. She went out and bought a bunch of plants, put them all out there, orchid flowers. I mean, she did the whole 99. I was like, all that money she put into that restaurant, and then it's like, now she's not selling anything, and I feel bad. I was like, oh, that sucks, man. But then again, she's in the middle of a neighborhood. You know, unless you're getting a local over here to eat some food, you're not selling nothing. I mean, you got to get out on the main road like everybody else to actually push sales. It's cray-cray. It's cray-cray. But yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. It's probably late. How late is it? Where are you guys at? Iggy, where are you at? Where are you from, Iggy? So, what you talking about, Wilson? Where you from, Iggy? You know I'm joking with you. Are you one of them California boys? I think you told me you were from California, but I'm sorry. I don't know. You just have to remind me, okay? I get a lot of people messaging, so you have to remind me. Oh, you're in Czech Republic right now? Okay, so you're from California, but you're in Czech. Oh, wow. That is so funny you should say that, because I have a friend who's a fellow travel buddy of mine that I met who's from the Czech Republic. His name's Lou. Well, his Czech name is Lujek or something like that. But I was like, dude, I can't say your name, so I'm just going to call you Lou. Is that okay? And he's like, yeah, it's fine. So yeah, he's from the Czech Republic. And funny connection again is that I'm part Czech, okay? Like my grandmother's Ukrainian, but on my dad's side, he was German and Czech. So I have a little bit of lineage. I have Czech lineage as well. So that's pretty cool. Small world, man, small world. That blows me away. That's really cool. Sorry, gotta fix my stuff. Put in my chair. It's actually sort of nice streaming out here. I'm so glad that this live stream is holding up. I'm catching a breeze out here, getting some fresh air talking to you. Wow, sister. Yeah, man, Sister Sledge. Just call me Sister Sledge. No, I'm a sister from another mister. There you go. I'm a sister from another mister. Yeah, I definitely have European roots, so I was hoping one day that I would be able to, you know how they say if you can trace your ancestor lineage, that you can actually get residency in the European country? But it takes a lot of time and it costs some money to track down paperwork and all of that stuff. Maybe one day, because I would like to do that. At first I wanted to do it for Ukraine, but shit, the motherland is blown to pieces. When are they ever going to stop fighting? And when are they going to rebuild? Like, I would have loved to seen Ukraine, because that's where my grandmother was from. And I loved my grandma, and I should have got out there before the war broke out. Now it's impossible. Like, who knows? I mean, I may never be able to go back there. I don't know. But yeah, I've checked into Poland, because when I was in Poland, I was in Krakow, Poland on one of my travel legs, and I read somewhere that if you can prove your Ukrainian lineage in Poland, I guess they're connected somehow, I don't know, but you can get residency, you can get a Polish residency. So I was like, oh, Poland's pretty cool. I like Poland. I mean, I didn't get to see the whole country, obviously. I just went to one city. But, I mean, it's cold. I get along with Polacks. Shit. I love pierogies. My grandmother used to make pierogies and chalupkis, and she was the best at that. Not to mention her black poppy sesame seed home-baked breads, to die for. And she made the chopped nut bread. Oh, made all that homemade from scratch. Spoiled me to death, man. I guess that's why I love my granny so much. But I used to visit her every summer. She lived in Pittsburgh. That's where my family's originally from. She always stayed in Pittsburgh. We moved to Florida, but my mom always, and that's where I got the travel bug too. My mom would put me on an airplane by myself. Of course, she'd escort me to the airport, she'd escort me on the plane, and then they'd have the stewardess sit me up front and they'd watch me during the flight. But I was a kid. I used to fly all the time as a kid to Pittsburgh from Florida, and I would spend the summers up there with my grandmother. So I would spend 3 months in the summer up there in Pittsburgh, and then she'd fly me back to Florida by myself. So I was never afraid of flying. In fact, I thought flying was the coolest shit. And I felt like the shit when I was on that airplane and I was without my parents. I was like, I think as young as 7 years old, I started flying by myself. I didn't have a care in the world, man. I was like, bye, Mom, bye, Dad. Catch you in 3 months. I'm going to see Grandma. Got my little suitcase and everything heading out. Oh my God, it was so crazy when I think about that. I was starting to travel as young as 7. So flying's always been a thing. Like what is so crazy though, my daughter's afraid to fly. She is scared. But I did get her on an airplane. Her first big flight, she was about, how old was she? 16, maybe 17. Yeah, 16 or 17. And my son was like 7. And I was like, okay, we're going to take an international flight. She was scared to death because I was going to take him to England. I wanted to see, this is before London got to crap and shit. This was like maybe a decade ago when London was London, okay? So I booked a flight to London with my kids. We spent 1 week in London, and then we spent 1 week in Brussels, Belgium. Loved Brussels too, it was awesome. So we did a little European excursion, and I had to get her to fly on the plane, like 12-hour flight from Florida over the Atlantic to get into England, right? She was so scared. It was unreal how scared that girl was. Like, when we first took off, she just had her nails just dug right into my arm, and she's just like this, Mom, we're gonna die. And I'm like, no, we're not. Just calm down. We're gonna make it, okay? So I got her over the fear at 16 a little bit. She made it, but she hasn't really flown since. And now she's got another opportunity with her boyfriend, I guess, to visit his family in Michigan. And she says that they booked a ticket. Now she's scared to death to fly. I said, girl, it's like a 2-hour flight. Your mom has flown multiple miles. I mean, she's like, yeah, Mom, but the American planes aren't built well. I've been hearing about a lot of problems with these planes, And I says, yeah, but what are the odds of the plane crashing? How often do you hear about airplanes just falling out of the sky? Thank God you don't hear too much about that. If we had airplane crashes as much as we hear about school shootings back in the States, then I'd be worried. But we don't. So I told her it's cool. What'd you write, Iggy? You're 100% correct. You can get a heritage passport from parents' lineage. Look for you in Czech Republic and email you. Okay, yeah, cool. That'd be cool, but yeah, you do have to prove it. If I can't prove my Czech line, then maybe if I could prove my Ukrainian line, I might be able to do that. I just hope the Czech Republic is not so, how can I put it politely? You see what I'm doing? Left on the political spectrum. No, I'm not going to say any more about that, but I was close to going to the Czech Republic. Another part of my travel thing is I went to Budapest, Hungary, and I was right next door to Prague. And I was like, I was like, man, do I want to spend the extra money and get into Prague? I hear Prague's expensive. Lou is from a small village outside of Prague, and he's like, I'm there now, man, if you want to come through. And I said, I don't really got the money to do that, Lou. I'm sort of like stretching my dollars till I get back to the States. And then he's like, it's okay, I'll come to Budapest and I'll visit you. So I never made it to Czech, but that's another city I would love to see is Prague. I think that would be super cool. There's a lot of places I still want to see and I want to do. That's what I'm saying, just by camping out here in Cambodia. There's still a lot of places here in Southeast Asia. In fact, I wouldn't mind going back to Bali, not the touristy side, but Ubud. If you ever been to Ubud, that's more like in the center of the island. It's more jungly. Most tourists hang out along the edges where the beaches are, but if you go inland, Ubud is a beautiful place to explore. I didn't get much time there. The last time I was there, I was with another Australian travel buddy. We spent 3 days there, but we were actually on the main street where all the tourists were. We had our hotel there, so I didn't get a chance to actually like get out and walk into the rice fields and all that. We did do a tour out there, which was pretty cool. It was like I don't know, she was treating me. So we got into this van. It was just me, her, and the van driver, and we went out to this famous site where it's a pool of water. It's like spring water, and the water actually comes out of the walls. It's hard to explain, but you can get in it, and it's like a holy water, right? So it's cold water that comes over your head, and you pray and everything. It's like a very ancient site out there. It was beautiful. I actually have a short video that I made about that. She took a video of me and I put it up on my webpage, or put it on my playlist here. So if you get into my shorts for Bali, you'll probably see me in the pool water. It was really, really a special moment. Other than that, like we went to another place. Oh, have you ever heard about the weasel that eats coffee beans and then shits it out, and then they clean it up and we drink it? I forget what that coffee's called. We went to one of those weasel farms, and I was like, I don't know about this, man. I mean, this animal just shit this bean out. I know you guys cleaned it and you roasted it, but just the thought, okay? Just the thought that I'm drinking coffee that just got shat out of the ass of this weasel. I was like, okay, I'll try it. So they were giving samples, right? I even saw the weasel. I don't know if it's called a weasel, but it's some kind of weird creature. So they showed us from start to finish. They showed us this animal and how it was eating the beans, right? I sort of felt sorry for it. It was all locked up in a cage, and it was like a big spectacle for tourists and everything. But then it showed the shit, right? and it's got the beans in the shit. So then they take you to the second phase and they show you how they clean the crap, right? It looks like like you shat it. Like, okay, let's picture this. Let's say you ate a bunch of corn on the cob and you took a big dunk and your log is full of corns. I don't know how else to explain it. That's what the weasel's crap looked like, full of coffee beans, okay? So then they take that and it shows them washing it down and they like put bleach or something. I don't know. They do some chemical stuff to get it super clean. And then they said they actually roast it and then they grind it and make a coffee out of it, right? So I was like, okay. So I saw the whole process. That's what turned me off. I was like, and they said this is the most expensive coffee you can buy, I think, in the world by the pound. There's one other coffee that might be more expensive. And you know, honestly, they sell it here. I've seen that coffee on the shelf here in my grocery store in Cambodia. And it is $15 a bag. I'm like, there's no way I'm paying $15 a bag for this weasel shit coffee, right? So anyway, I tried a sample of it. It was the worst taste I've ever had in a coffee. Now, I like to drink black coffee, okay? I like to drink it mixed with something, or I could drink it straight up black. And it usually is a nice, pleasant taste. But this coffee had some kind of weird acidic aftertaste. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Maybe it's the chemicals they put in there to clean the shit off. I don't know what it was. But the coffee itself had a weird kind of dry, acidic aftertaste. And I was like, ugh. I said, there's no way I would pay 15 to 30 bucks for a bag of this coffee. This coffee, it sucks. So I am so glad they saved me money. Because I was going to buy a bag, but then I had a taste of that. I said, this is awful. This is awful. So in my opinion, don't waste your money on weasel shit coffee. Iggy says he heard about what's it called? The holly coffee from this critter. So funny. Yeah, I mean, the critter's cute. I ain't gonna lie, that's a cute little critter. He's all furry. He sort of reminds me of, I mean, yeah, he sort of looks like a weasel, but he also has got nice fur. So he sort of reminds me of a beaver, if I can try to give you an idea of what this thing looks like. But, yeah, it was terrible, man. The coffee was not good. Who even came up with that idea? I mean, was somebody just sitting around one day and they were jonesing for a cup of coffee and they saw this animal crap out a bunch of coffee beans and they thought, man, I need some coffee. So they just scooped up the shit and cleaned it and just decided to roast it and brew it and say, you know what, this isn't so bad. And then they say, you know what, I bet people would pay for this because it's exotic. We'll charge $15 a bag. It just makes me wonder how things like that come about. I know, my brain goes all over the place, but it makes me wonder how things like that come about. Some scary stuff when you think about it. Yeah, so anyway, I would like to get back to Bali, but another part of Indonesia I would like to check out is Jakarta. That's their capital city, so I wouldn't mind seeing their capital city. I hear it's pretty rocking. It's a pretty modern place. Maybe I'll hop over there one day and check it out. Thanks. I'm so funny. Hey, everybody funny. You funny too. Oh, it's fun. It's fun. We're just kicking around having a good time. Just pretend you're on the patio with me talking. Man, this really turned out to be a nice day so far. I can't believe it, man. The sky just opened up. We got blue skies. We got white clouds. It's like it never rained. Got a nice breeze out on this porch. My laundry's drying. Everything good in the hood. Everything good in the hood. The street's slowly draining down the drain. I hope it don't do that again. That's the only thing about this street is I get sort of stuck because let me explain. I'm on the second floor, but I have to walk downstairs to the back door. The tuk-tuk driver picks me up at this intersection that I showed you, the intersection. So I have to walk down this flooded street to get my ride. Unless he sees me, I can wave him the hey, and then but I still gotta I gotta dodge about a foot of water to get into the tuk-tuk, so my feet are gonna get wet. Now there is like a side ledge, it's sort of like a side ledge that goes along the edge of this building, but then you're like walking sideways. I could try to like scoot along the side edge and try to keep my feet dry. But I just hope tomorrow's I gotta do my grocery shopping tomorrow. Thursday's grocery shopping day, guys. Go get some grub for the house. Oh, one thing I wanted to let you know, Friday, I'm in the process of uploading my last interview I just had with with Mark and his girlfriend. He has a Cambodian girlfriend, and I got an interview with both of them. I'm uploading the video as we speak. I tried to upload it last night, but like I said, her Wi-Fi is terrible. It takes like 2 days to upload anything around here, even on my 4G network. So I think it should be ready by Friday, fingers crossed. So you guys will be able to see the interview with them that we had. And yeah, if all goes well, you'll see it in a couple days. So just stay tuned for that. But they're so cute. His name's Mark, and her name is Ma. Like mama, but Ma. So Mark and Ma is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But you guys will be able to catch that interview hopefully on Friday. If not, it'll be Saturdays, whenever YouTube decides to upload my video. I have no freaking clue. I don't know. I don't know. Well, do you have any other questions for me while I'm on here? Because, yeah, the live stream's probably gonna lose some juice on my phone. The two love bugs, Mark and Ma. Interviews would be nice. Yeah, you're gonna like it. It's gonna be a nice interview. He tells his story. He's originally from Dallas, Texas, and he tells his story how he met her. So it's sort of like the Cambodian romance from overseas. Yeah, I won't go too much into detail, but you'll be able to see that. He tells his whole story and then how he's doing now. Yeah, but they seem like a happy couple. I did ask some personal questions. Yeah, I'm just like, I shoot from the hip kind of girl. So like, even though he asked me before the interview, he goes, what kind of questions are you going to ask me? And I says, well, the general blah, 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 blah. But then I told him, I says, but then I might have another one just pops in my head and I'm just going to ask, okay? So just be ready. Because I don't even know what I'm going to ask until I start talking. I'm just one of those people, So yeah, I did go into some private territory with him, but he seemed to be cool with it. I told him, I says, look, if I ask you a question or Ma a question and you guys don't want to answer it, just say you don't want to go there and we'll just move on to the next question, right? Like, I don't want people to feel like they're obligated to go there. So that's it. I'm gonna just be like, so you never know. It's gonna be one of those interviews. And by the way, I am still looking for victims to interview. So anybody coming to Phnom Penh, Cambodia, and you're not scared to be interviewed by moi, I'm very friendly, okay? I may act like a little nutball, but I'm actually a really nice person when you get to know me. I won't bite, but you can have an interview with me. Well, what we'll do first, we'll do a meet and greet. I always like to try to do a meet and greet unless you're in Phnom Penh for a very short period of time. Like if you're only here a couple days, then we'll just do it on the fly, right? But if you're here a week, or 2 weeks, or maybe you're planning to live here, we'll do a meet and greet like at the coffee shop or something, and we'll just shoot the shit and we'll get to know each other. You can tell me your story then, and then we can hash out what you want to say on the video and what you don't. And then we'll actually plan a date for the video. And then you already know ahead of time what I'm gonna do. And then you'll feel more comfortable with me, because I know how it is when you meet somebody for the first time and then they're just sticking a camera in your face and you're like, damn, invasion of privacy, right? So I'm not that guy. I mean, I'd rather just like, get you comfortable, massage you a little bit, massage your shoulders a little bit. No, I don't do all that, but anyway, you get the idea. I'll massage your mind. That's why I talk to you. I just massage your mind, get you real super comfortable, and then we shoot the interview. But yeah, if you want to do that, hit me up on my email, which is tami@nextstepunknown.com. Don't spell my name Tammy, or you won't get me. You have to spell it TAMI@nextstepunknown.com. That's my business email, and I will respond to you. I'm very good at writing back, okay? I promise. Pinky promise. Cross my fingers, hope to die, stick a needle in my eye, all that other little shit. But yeah, anybody in town who wants to do it, let's do it. And if you have your own YouTube channel, well, by all means, plug it in the video, tell everybody your channel, let me know your channel handle. I will mention it in the description. I'll put it below, and then you can pick up possibly some followers. I mean, it's like free PR when you think about it. I'm out here for public relations. Just think of me as your friendly neighborhood public relations girl from America, who's currently living in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I am looking for more people to interview. And of course, you can always go to my website, nextstepunknown.me. I have my goods and services on there for Cambodia, so you might want to check that out. A lot of cool stuff on there. No pressure. If you want to do it, great. If you don't, you don't. But a lot of cool things on there too. And other than that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to throw into the live stream to let you guys know. At this moment, I believe that is everything. But yeah, definitely look out for that interview coming up this Friday. Definitely look up for the interview this Friday. So anyway, thank you for joining me and listening to me ramble on like a nut job. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Iggy. Iggy says, good idea bringing people together in Phnom Penh. I want to try to make people feel comfortable. I mean, I know how it is coming into a brand new country. Shoot, even if you were just moving from one city to the next, like in your own home country or your state or wherever you're from, and you don't know anybody, you know what I mean? Then it gets intimidating, It's nice to have somebody that you can talk to, speaks your language, who's already, kicked the ball around a little bit. They already know the area. They can sort of direct you, what areas are good, what areas aren't. I mean, like personally, I don't like Ground Zero, the riverfront. Oh no. I would never recommend anybody get an apartment down there because that place is crazy. You've got drug heads running around, you've got prostitutes, you've got just poor people hustling you for a buck everywhere you turn. You've got, you can just be like me. I was just sitting at the restaurant. I was literally on the restaurant property, like I am here on this balcony, just on the restaurant property, shooting my live stream. eating my meal, and then you just got them coming off the street, just walking right up to you. I mean, and the restaurant owners, they don't have any signs that say no solicitation. It's not like the States where you're not allowed to do that and hustle people at a restaurant. Like, anybody can do anything out here as long as they don't physically like mess with you. But they can stand right in front of your table while you're eating and just like this. Madame, Madame. I try to ignore this one guy, and I hate to be that guy, but I can't be handing out money. Shit, I need money. Okay? If I was handing out money to all these people, I'm going to be the one next that's going to be standing in front of your table like, hello, can I have some cash? Yeah, you know what I mean? But I had 4 of them hit me up when I was at the restaurant on Riverfront. I was like, this is so terrible. I really didn't enjoy my time there because I was just being harassed the whole time. Like, when I want to go eat at a restaurant, I don't want to be harassed. I just want you to put the plate down and walk away and just leave me alone. Let me enjoy the view, you know? And I don't want people coming up to me begging for money. Just let me be. Let me be. But yeah, this one dude rolled up and he had a young child on his shoulders he was carrying, and he was standing right in front of me. I was done with the live stream. I was ready to catch my tuk-tuk, and I just pretended I didn't hear him. I was in my phone just looking at my stuff, and he was right in front of me going, Madame, Madame, Madame. He was trying to get my attention so that I would look at him and this kid and feel sorry and give him money, right? So he stood there a good 2 minutes, just Madame, Madame, and I was just ignoring him, and I said, I'm not even gonna look at this guy and acknowledge him, and he'll go away, which he did. And then I finally got my tuk-tuk right away, whoosh, I was gone. I was like, oh my God, like, this makes me feel very icky, you know what I mean? Just very icky. I mean, I get it. I respect the hustle, but it gets to be way too much, like way too much. And they're not even offering anything in return. Like, I can see, like, I've been hustled by other people off the street that are actually selling maybe bracelets, you know, or homemade beaded necklaces or something with flowers. Like, they're offering you something for money, right? Or maybe they have food. They made a little something, and, you know, and they want to sell it to you. That's one thing, right? But to just walk up to me and just say, I want money. Come on, man. I mean, yeah, I want money too, but I can't just be walking up to people and say, I want money. I mean, you gotta sort of like give something in return. I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm just rambling. I'm rambling where's rambling rose? Oh, she's a rambling rose. Okay. But yeah, like I said, I do have to end this live stream. I'm losing my brain. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Insane in the membrane. Got no brain, I'm insane. Have you heard that song before? One of my favorite songs. Anyway, thank you so much again for watching, and stay tuned for the interview coming out Friday, and we'll talk again soon. Love you. Peace out. Bye.